Today we are looking at the brand new Longines Spirit Zulu Time 1925. There's 3 different variations, 3 different iterations that they've released, and we're getting our teeth into, and honestly, I'm so excited because Longines is just such a banging brand. Welcome back to the Chisholm Hunter channel. My name is Harrison, as always. And I was really lucky the other day that I was kind of walking around London and I stumbled into the Longines boutique in London. This boutique, by the way, is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning and the team are so friendly. They just want to talk about watches and they nerd out and it's a really great place to be. But they had these new watches, the 3 new iterations of the Longines Zulu Time 1925. Now, as you might have gathered, it's the 100th anniversary of the Longines Zulu Time. So with that said, let's dive into the history before we get onto the specs, and I'm going to save the best part, the little hidden feature that you might not have seen until last, because it's really cool. The first ever Longines Dual Time wristwatch was actually manufactured in 1925 because obviously this is the 100th anniversary of the Zulu Time. Now there was actually a Zulu flag on the dial of this watch, and that is what gave it the name Zulu Time. Zulu also refers to the letter Z, which actually designates universal time for aviators, for pilots, a term that's also used pretty widely in the armed forces, and you see this a lot in the watch industry. Now, since the original release in 1925, there's obviously been 100 years since then and now, so there's been so many different releases of the Longines Zulu Time, but the one that I'm going to talk about in 2 seconds might be my favorite. Literally. So let's move on to the watches. This model right here is possibly the pinnacle model that is being released. It's not my favorite personally, but it definitely is the pinnacle model. It comes in stainless steel with an 18-karat rose gold cap bezel insert. Now, interestingly enough, Longines actually got a new ambassador quite recently, and it's Henry Cavill, the handsome hunk himself, Henry Cavill. And this is the actual watch that he wears. So if he's wearing it, it must be pretty good. This model comes in at 39 millimeters in diameter, 13.5 millimeters in thickness, and 46.8 millimeters lug to lug. It wears pretty damn perfectly on the wrist. I do feel that 39 millimeters is that Goldilocks size, especially for me with 6.5 inch wrists. The bezel and the flares and flecks of rose gold through this watch definitely give it a really classy vibe. I can honestly imagine wearing this watch to really special occasions and it kind of fitting in perfectly. The head and the bracelet of this watch are of course in stainless steel, and the bracelet itself is a thing of beauty, I have to say. Now there's a 3-link approach to this bracelet, and mostly you have brushed metal on that bracelet, but you do have 2 lines of polish running down the kind of center link there, and it just adds a degree of finesse to this watch. You can really feel the finishing in this watch being a cut above what they've done before. And I don't know if maybe that's just my brain and my imagination, but it did feel and look just sturdier, more substantial. It just felt better. The bracelet on this model has quite a slight taper and it has a deployment clasp at the bottom. Now, if you flip this watch around, you can actually see that it has a quick release system on the back so that you can quickly pop out that bracelet and put something else on. The dial on this watch comes in matte black, and the matte black combination with that rose gold bezel, honestly, it's super sexy. This is also something I picked up when I was turning the bezel. It felt like the clicks were more prominent, maybe due to the metal of that actual bezel, but it definitely felt more sturdy. It just, again, it's kind of leveling up that quality from what I could feel. The numerals on the dial are big, bold, and they're 5N gilded numerals, so they're in gold, and the hands are also 5N gilded. Now, the GMT hand on this model starts in black. It's kind of like a matte black before it gets to that gold gilt again, so it's still highly readable, but it's also highly legible in terms of what the GMT hand actually is, like which one the GMT hand is. It has a date window at the 6 o'clock mark, which is big and bold and highly readable. And I love 6 o'clock date windows. This is just a personal thing, but I've always been quite OCD about my date windows. I prefer 6 o'clock because it kind of seems to draw the eye more to the center of the watch. It seems to make it more symmetrical, shall we say. The lume of this watch is big, bold, and bright, and it's super easy to read. Now, one of my favorite features, one of my favorite new features on this watch is when you actually flip it over to the case back. So typically in Longines Zulu Times, they have closed case backs, but this model has an open case back, revealing the beating heart of the watch. Before we get onto the details of the movement, when you look at the actual case back, you can see that it has a PVD 5N oscillating weight with an engraved world map, which just looks so classy and so beautiful. But there is a hidden feature on here that not many people see, and it's this. The little line that you can see in the back here is actually the Greenwich Meridian line, which is a super cool detail. And I'm probably going to do a separate video on the intricacies and the details of the significance of that line and what it did for the watch industry. So if you want to see that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. The movement in this model is the caliber L844.4. This has an ETA base caliber and it's totally automatic and self-winding. It's COSC certified, comes in at 25.6 millimeters in diameter and has roughly a 72-hour power reserve. Now, there's two options when it comes to this watch. You do have a NATO strap or the bracelet. If I'm totally honest, I think that the NATO plays more into the explorer, adventurer vibe, which the rose gold bezel doesn't. So I would definitely steer towards the stainless steel bracelet just because that feels that little bit more classy to me. And I do think this is that bit more of a classy watch. With that said, let's move on to the other two that are probably my favorite. Honestly, let's just move on to them. So about a year ago, Longines released this, the Longines Zulu Time Titanium with a grey and black bezel, and I was starstruck. I made a video saying that I wanted this watch because of how bloody incredible it was. And now they've released almost the same watch but in a different iteration. This is the Longines Zulu Time 1925 coming in at 42 and 39 millimeters. It's essentially the same watch with that beautiful bezel, but it comes in stainless steel. The 39mm variant comes in at 46.8mm lug to lug and 13.5mm in thickness. The 42mm variant comes in at 14.1mm in thickness and 49.4mm lug to lug. All of these new models have 100 meters of water resistance. Now, there are quite a few differences between this model and the titanium variant. Let's start with the fact that this comes in stainless steel instead of titanium. Now, stainless steel itself is a brighter metal, and you can definitely feel this in this watch. It is that little bit brighter and more impactful. The dial on this watch comes in matte black, the same as the previous iteration that we talked about, but there is vintage flares on this watch. There's vintage flares that the titanium model just didn't have. The numerals on the bezel are in that goldy gilt kind of color, whereas on the titanium variant, they weren't like that. Now, this gives it definite vintage hues, definite throwbacks to the history, but that's what this watch is. It's celebrating 100 years, which is incredible, of the Zulu Time. It also has the same hands as the previous model we talked about. The bezel, apart from those numerals, is quite similar to the titanium variant. It has that black and grey combination. And both of these models have the caliber L844.4 movement with 72 hours of power. Now, these models actually have closed casebacks instead of open casebacks. And if I'm totally honest, I would have liked to see the open caseback on both of these movements. With that said, I think because they've released that staple line now with the open caseback, that will be gradually rolled out to the Longines Zulu Time range. So I think that is coming. It's just that us watch nerds need to be patient. And now we get to possibly my favorite feature, which is on all three of these watches. And it's a feature that only watch nerds, only watch enthusiasts will probably see. When you look really, and I mean really closely, at the 6 o'clock mark, you can actually see engraved into the dial is 1925 to 2025. I just love how subtle this feature is. Something that really frustrates me, something that really grinds my gears, is when brands release limited editions or anniversary editions and the entire watch is taken up with those anniversary or limited edition flares that represent something that potentially people won't have a connection with. And when it's too big, when it's too bold, it actually repels people from buying the watch. Whereas this is tasteful. This is subtle. This would not repel you from buying this watch even if you didn't know about Longines in the first place. Does that kind of make sense? So in terms of pricing, the gold bezel model comes in at £3,750, and this comes with the bracelet and the NATO strap. The other models come in at £2,950. Overall, I think that Longines have done a really good job here in terms of adding subtle flares that represent the fact that it's the 100th anniversary, but don't push it that little bit too far. With that said, let me know what you think in the comments. Which one is your favorite? I know for a fact my favorite is the 39mm stainless steel, but let me know in the comments. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you don't. Let me know your thoughts in general. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, make sure you hit that subscribe button or follow our Instagram at Chisholm Hunter Watches or my Instagram at HP Lifelens or our podcast, the Into the Mind podcast. And I'll see you guys real soon.